Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. This is Racquel Palmese, and I am live here from the farm in Encinitas with the amazing, beautiful eco goddess, Marina Kutem, uh, who has been so instrumental and helpful to me. If not for her, I wouldn't probably be doing this right now. So thank you. Thank you, Marina. This is such an amazing place to be in the middle of or very close to a city. This is a refuge, a farm. There's vegetables and fruits growing, and all the trees are full of wonderfulness. And I feel grateful to be here and grateful to be alive right now. So welcome here, and let's take some breaths and let's start getting into the energy field. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Dominic. Nice to feel you over there in England. Hello, everybody. Yeah, the subject that came in to talk about today is one that is too kind of big to talk about. There's a lot to it. It's the subject of energy, but the part of the subject of energy that's coming in very strongly to share with you is that aspect of energy that is life itself. That we are made of energy. We are energy beings. Energy itself is in constant shift and change. It is always either captured tightly within us, it becomes trapped, or it becomes free, depending a lot on how we live and how we yourself right now. If you take a minute, where does your body feel it has trapped energy? Where are you stiff? Where are you feeling just kind of stuck, like you have stickiness inside you? But a really good way to feel when it's hard to take a breath, when your body doesn't want to move, when it tries to stay still. That's when it's in contraction. That's when emotionally, physically, we are feeling tight. We're feeling often fearful. Sometimes we're angry. Sometimes we are feeling like we're anticipating something, and we will tighten up, we will hold, we will do the opposite of what we need to do. Because what we really need to do in those moments is we need to breathe. We need to let out a breath. We need to remember that we are energetic creatures. And as soon as we take that breath, as soon as we come up against the resistance that tries to hold it in us and go ahead and take that breath, something becomes freed up in us. And it's often not very comfortable. Sometimes when that energy starts being freed up, it starts moving, we start feeling all the emotions that we didn't want to feel, which is why we contracted in the first place. We can feel very insecure. We can go through the whole gamut of emotions and feelings that we've been avoiding just by taking some simple breaths, moving the body around. And I know you're probably all sick of me talking about this, but energy itself is always on the move. Every atom is constantly in movement and in some stage of birth or death, in between. Everything in life is always in constant motion. So feeling into that, how antithetical to life it is to be that still and be that contracted and contained. And yet, as soon as we come into early adulthood, because children are never still, they're always expending energy. But as soon as we sort of come into adulthood, even very young adults, even people who are 10 years old, learn how to become very still. Our educational system, for the most part, teaches kids to be still. Sit in your seat and learn. As if using your mind precludes using your body. I know there are furniture providers for the Los Angeles School District that are trying to incorporate a whole new kind of chair. It's round. It allows students to wiggle around on them because the students want to keep moving. They're not still. And we don't learn well when we're too still. We just don't. But we're taught that in order to use our brains, our bodies have to disappear someplace. And that's exactly backwards, isn't it? So feel into yourself for the resistance that you might feel to moving right now. You're probably not. Go ahead and try it. Push against the stillness. Push against the stillness. Go ahead. Raise your shoulders. Make some wiggle move. You'll find that your expression on your face will change. You'll find that a lot of that stuff that keeps you contracted is going to start moving. And along with that often are the thoughts and messages that keep the contraction in place. That starts moving too. Whatever it might be. Might be worries about money, might be criticisms of yourself for one reason or another. It all starts moving. As soon as you start moving your body and that energy becomes untrapped and starts finding a way out, there you are. With all of it dancing around, which is what we want. It's not comfortable. So we breathe and we just keep releasing the energy, trying to detach it from the thought forms. Put your thoughts over here. Energy, spiritual energy, life force energy, earth energy, whatever you want to call it. It's time for us to really be in touch with energy fields. We all have a capacity for this, every single one of us. We don't need a shaman or a facilitator to do this work. It comes naturally to us if we can open to it. Now, I'm sure some of you have discovered beautiful openings when you take some plant medicines or something like that. But to me, that's the lazy person's way of doing it. That's a shortcut that really doesn't train us, doesn't open our inner knowing to be able to explore fields of energy. And I can hear you all yelling at me right now. It's all right. But we will become dependent on those drugs to get us there. Because we doubt ourselves. We don't think we can do this. But we can. Simply take a breath. You will feel energy moving in your body. You will feel energy and oxygen as well when you breathe, filling your brain and enlightening you. Get quiet with it, not still, not contracted, but get quiet with it. And you will begin to feel streams of energies and energetic impulses reacting with you physically, spiritually. Open to it. Close your eyes. Allow your body to move, even just very gently to sway. You'll feel movement. You'll feel releasing of stuck energies, and then that becomes replaced with beautiful light energy, spiritual energy that is opening and that is healing. And you'll feel yourself opening to something greater than your thinking, greater than your mind. You'll feel your heart opening to possibilities of communication, of connection. Go with it. Allow yourself. Stop fidgeting. Stop distracting yourself. There is a growing up being asked of us, a maturing of we who are on a conscious spiritual and life path. We are being asked to come into more of the fullness of our capacities, to understand that life itself in a time and space continuum like this, in a material world like this, is finite. It's tactile. It's experiential. We touch it, we experience it, we feel it. But even with all of that, we are energy beings. And outside of that time and space continuum, we are very much alive also on spiritual realms. That's not separate from this life, and we are meant to allow that to integrate, to not allow it to integrate, but to allow ourselves to open and receive that integration, to know ourselves as something bigger than our feelings and our minds. So as you're breathing now, you can feel a settling in, like you're settling into yourself. You're experiencing your life right now in time and space as like a river that flows. Have a knowingness that this is a journey that you're on, where you're learning constantly, you're opening. Allow yourself to open. Anything that's closed, allow it to open. Allow it. Ask it. And you will begin to see with your inner sight and your outer senses as well. You will begin to perceive flows of energy. They're everywhere. Wouldn't you love to see what is coming out of your fingertips? Wouldn't you love to see all that is going around in the field of energy that populates the field around you and in you, that is constantly in motion, that is full of color and vibrancy, that is also populated by all kinds of spirit beings and energy forms? It's not that difficult. It is just that we are so limited in our own thinking that we don't believe we have these capacities. But we do. And some of you know it, and some of you experience it and maybe don't talk about it, or maybe it frightens you. I have worked with people that are so frightened of the emanations that occur to them, that are actually scared to go to sleep at night, because just as they're falling asleep, the room comes alive to them. And they feel, oh my God, is it haunted? Is there something wrong? No, everything is right. If you settle in and allow your heart to open to all that is emanating before you, you will begin to be able to communicate in ways that you never thought you could. You will be able to allow all different kinds of streams of consciousness, of information, of technology, all kinds of communications, verbally, sensory, energetically, to come to you. They are all there, willing and ready to participate in our lives with us. And I know it's kind of radical to say, but you don't really need anything but desire and willingness to reach out into the fields of energy. Not try to pull it in through the little mind, not to try to make it prove itself on our terms of how we would like to see it, but rather to learn how to open our own minds and selves. We are all emanations of a creator. Remember, please, we have capacities we have not yet explored, much more than the ones we have explored, and think the be-all and end-all, and it's not. Would you like to join me in an amazing adventure of opening to all that you are? Because how it will come to you and through you is as unique as you are, and unlike the way it will come to and through any other person. That's why it's not a one-size-fits-all, and that's why if you're ever in a group and somebody's telling you just do this and do that, forget it. Each one of us has to stretch and reach and pray and surrender, and then do it over and over again Every time we greet the day, we open our eyes. Let's have the first thing that we do be an opening to all that this day can open to us. Let's receive it and let's become the vessels of the true new age. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I'm excited. I feel you. I feel your desire to explore with me. Have a great week, and I will see you next Wednesday.